Okay, welcome back. Alright, we are right where we left off, in the garage, after coming back from Alaska. And we'll get started here. So, yes, we got the Fleet Star. We had the GMC 9500, which is the one we used to bring the wood and metal, and the CK 1500 Chevy. So we're going to go local map and go and grab that Chevy while we're at it. Right here, because we got the upgraded suspension for it. So we're going to recover this vehicle now that we've opened the garage, and it repairs it and refuels it and all that sort of stuff anyway. And we are going to go customize. Alright, so this is how we add the upgrades and customize your vehicle, change tires, bumpers, all that sort of stuff. You can drive different combinations, as it just said there. So you get options here. So it gives us this motor with the car. It's a 4 litre of AAT6V. Not sure whether that's, you know, a V6 or whatever, but anyway, it is what I read that as a 4 litre, and there's a 4.4 litre and a 5 litre, which is obviously either a big V6 or a V8, and I assume that's the big V6 and a V8 custom option. But as you can see, they're locked and they need to be unlocked, either through levels or getting upgrades like we did with the suspension for this car. So anyway, we'll go to the next one. So it comes with a stock gearbox. We get options for freeway and the SnowRunner box for this vehicle. Once again, have to be unlocked. Suspension, here we go. So it comes with the stock, which is what we've got here, and we can make it raised now because we got that through a thing. We don't have to pay for it. Some you do, this one you don't, but as you can see, it clearly lifts that vehicle quite a bit. It's independent front suspension, as you can see here. It's not a solid axle, so the solid axle's at the rear. So just like my Hilux here in Australia, it's a independent front suspension, IFS, and solid axle rear. So we just got to click install for that one now, and then go to the next one. So we've unlocked, looks like, because we're level 2 or 3, whatever we are, 2 now. Yeah, 2. So we're getting level 2. We've now, see, these are highway tires. Great on the bitumen, but crap off-road. As you saw, tires are spinning everywhere. We can buy all of these now with the upper suspension. We've unlocked the 35s. Before that, we would have only had the 31 option. Now with the raised suspension, we get the 35-inch tire option as well. So we've got those highway tires. We don't want them, but we're going to keep them anyway, and we're going to buy ourselves actually, before we do, we're just going to have a quick look. We're telling the Scout is a good winch, but we're not buying that just yet. It's unlocked. Engageable diff lock has to be done as well. So we sort of do need one of those for a snorkel for water crossings and stuff. But before we do this, I just want to go back, and I want to customize this one first because we're going to need this for missions. So I just want to customize this one first. If I have to spend money, I'd rather spend money on this right now to make sure I can make more money. So engine, we have no options for engine yet because they're both locked. That's fine. Gearbox, same deal. Suspension is also locked at the moment. Tires, we only have highway options. There's no point in buying other highway tires. It's just different patterns. It's still exactly the same wheel performance here between all three of them. So until you get the suspension upgrade, you can't get the 45s, but you know, it would be nice to have all terrains as well, but that's not going to happen right now. Spare wheel, we don't need that. Snorkel. At this point we shouldn't need a snorkel right now. It's just a waste of money at the moment. We have engageable all-wheel drive, which is the upgrade we just got before. So we're going to install that now, so we have at least all-wheel drive with this vehicle. It comes with a couple of free options here, which is low saddle, high saddle, which is low and high. So the high saddle is, these are free purchases, so I'm just purchasing them, so I've got those options whenever I need to. But when you purchase it, it does install it. So the low saddle does normal semis, or normal semi-trailers, or trailers. The high saddle does larger trailers. I wouldn't be attaching a larger saddle to this vehicle, not now, probably not at all, although this Fleet Star is a great truck once you start getting it unlocked. At this point on highway terrains, it's still, you know, fairly la-di-da. So I'm going to purchase a flatbed for this vehicle because I'm going to use this vehicle a fair bit now until we find other vehicles. So this one will do just fine. I've got the all-wheel drive equipped, I've got all that equipped, so everything else is pretty much done for the time being. I don't need any more of that. So now I'll go back to this Chevy and customize that. So we're at tyres, and we're going to buy some all-terrain tyres for it. So basically, once we go to the 38s here, it's, you know, a couple of $100 extra for each level of tyre, but it's the tyres, if you just look at the wheel performance, the 38s are all, oh hang on, there we go. So that one's good on road, average in mud and off-road, that's good in mud, average and average otherwise, and good off-road, average mud. So I prefer to go for the better mud capabilities, just because there is some bitumen in here, but I prefer to have the ability off-road when I need it instead of not having the ability off-road, or you know, in the mud when it's needed. Everything else is just a bit of steering issues when you're on bitumen and things like that. I can handle that. If you can't, just change tyre, but I am going to go for the ones that are good in mud, the AS2s in the 38. That's the biggest I can go at the moment, so I'm going to purchase those because they will help a lot. We don't have the cash for a autonomous scout right now. Engageable is not unlocked. We're not don't have the cash for that anyway, and that's all we're going to do. Now I will have a look here. Different rims we can customize. I prefer those wheels, so I'm going to put them on. Miscellaneous has side pipe threshold or sill protectors. rock sliders as we call them here, and angled sun visor, which is up here on the rooftop. Front bumpers and tow loop, that's not a bad looking bumper, and that's the stock one we have now. But at this point in time I don't want to waste the money getting that just yet. It's just a cosmetic thing. Same with that. No, I'm not too keen on the orange forward facing lights. I do like rooftop fog lights, but the one with beacons is not interesting because the orange lights get annoying. I would like that, but it's not unlocked yet, so that's okay. So we'll go to colour. Because I have the DLCs, I get this skin here, but otherwise there's all kinds of colours. Some of them are quite good. I do like the yellow and the mustard, I suppose you could call it, or tangerine. Orange is quite nice. I do like the old army green colour, that's quite good. Lime is quite spectacular, but anyway, different shades in the blues, right down to get to the colours that was, and other patterns, other colours in that same pattern. Sorry, that's quite nice. That's quite nice too. But I think for this moment, I'm going to use the DLC skin. I'm not using a DLC vehicle, just a skin, so that's fine. I have no issues with that. It's not going to change gameplay at all. Then you also have, you know, all these other options for bobbleheads. Some you can purchase, some you've got to unlock by doing trials, another section of the game. They're not too long, but sort of like Mudrunner, the game before this, predecessor. It's just short little trials to sort of give you a rundown on how to do things in the game, and you know, work out how to do hard tasks. But anyway, these are mirror hangers of different sorts. I'm not going to bother with any of that just yet. Same as stickers, you can put some on the dash, and exterior stickers, but like I said, I'm not going to waste my time with those. And horn ornaments, I will get to all those in another episode, but not with this one. So at this point I'm going to take this one out of the garage for a moment, because we're going to go to another upgrade that's fairly close here, which is actually right here. So we're going to come out of here and come over to here. This is where another upgrade is. I can't remember which one exactly at this point, but we'll get it and we will find out. So once again, start your motor and we can make a move out of here. So now we'll drive through the trailer store. This is the one I was showing you earlier. And alright, so it just tells you it's a trailer store. So come past these, you get 30 XP for each trailer that you discover. So if you just drive close to them, you get that XP. That one's for a mission, I think, so that's not going to work. But, okay, let's make a move. So it's just down in here, over near the bridge. It's a little muddy here, but this is where we just got the upgraded tyres and suspension, and pretty much good to go. But, well, you know, at the same time, with the higher suspension, you do get the easier chance to roll over or get tired, but you can get around that. You know, just take steep inclines or declines at a straighter angle. You know, like I said, wheel placement is quite a lot in this game, especially when you're on narrow bridges like this, but you get the cam mode to go around, so. And turn the engine off, get the upgrade. So this is raised suspension, and you push X to find out which truck it's for, and it's for the GMC MH9500. That's the truck we used before, which is great because then we can put bigger tires on it. Bigger tires means bigger ground clearance, which means it's easier to get through certain terrains, like off-road not so much, doesn't really matter except some terrains like rocks, but it helps through mud and all the rest of it once you get better tires, so that will be handy. Okay, so raised available for purchase, so it looks like you can only purchase it, so we'll have to buy that anyway, so it'll be a couple of grand and we'll have to think about that anyway. So I'm going to drive this just out to here for the time being, and we will go back to the garage and we will get our Fleet Star. Oh, see how you sink in the mud? That's what I like about this game. Certain games, it sort of feels like you're not on the ground, you're floating above it, but this one, you definitely know when you're on the ground. It's sometimes you're in the ground because it's mud. It's great. Okay, so we're gonna go map, and we're gonna go garage, and then enter, and we're gonna go back to the Fleet Star. So we'll just give this a lick of paint. What colours have we got down here? Ooh, the red and black looks good. Let's go the red and black. That's nice. Okay, so we've got everything. That was the best tires we could do. We got the all-wheel drive. Let's leave this. Okay, so as you can see over here, activation of all-wheel drive is E, just like the Chevy. Diff lock is Q, makes it easy on the keyboard, but diff lock can only be accessed when it's in low gear, but we don't even have the diff lock yet, so it is what it is. So we have 240 litres of fuel in this vehicle. At this point in time, that's a good deal of fuel. You need that sort of fuel. Most vehicles that are under that, I find, are sort of inadequate. At the moment they're okay when you start off, because you start off with basic engines, they don't use a lot of fuel, but when you start needing a bit more power, you start upgrading engines and they use a lot more fuel. 240 becomes sort of the base minimum for what you need. But before we go, we are going to go over here. We're going to start and do this farming tools, and we're going to activate it here. We have to take this curtain sider trailer, which is right here in our parking area, and we have to take that down the road we came in on, past the Chevy CK, up here and into the farm. So we'll just plot that on the map, and up here, here and here, here and here. Right, so off we go. Start our engine, handbrake off. I'm going to head over here and grab the curtain cider. V. Now to attach a trailer you can just attach it by clicking that when you're close enough, or you can click the black circle with the white outline instead of the white circle with a black outline, and it attaches for you. Alright, fairly easy. Then V to get back out of that menu. So now handbrake off and off we go. We'll take this down to the farm, which we've already plotted. Now you want to take corners carefully. I suppose at this point it's not too bad. It's, like I said, basic engine. It's slow. That's right. Drive on the right. But we should be okay. We haven't engaged all-wheel drive yet. I don't think we'll need it. We'll see how it goes when we get onto this off-road section over here, the dirt. The water's fine, like I said, it's quite gravelly, it's fairly hard pack. But see up here, it's starting to slow up a little bit. But like I say, using all-wheel drive is great. We're going to use it now, but the fuel's at 7 litres per minute. You put this on and it goes 9 plus, but as you can see we get a lot more traction and it's just working better. So you can try and get out of these ruts a little bit. Sometimes that works, sometimes it just puts you straight in deeper mud, but like I say, basically just patience and perseverance. You'll get it. So here it's like, okay, the grass might be a bit slippery, and there you go, we got a bit more traction in the ruts than we do out of the ruts. But this is our delivery point anyway, so I'm just going to stay out of that mud. And B to shut the engine off. Farming tools. Contract completed. Rewards $1,050, yay, and 130 XP. At this point in time, that's good. We'll accept that, and we'll push F4, bring up this menu. So we're at 600 XP now, but 1,000 is what we need to get to level 3, which might give us better tyres for certain vehicles and things like that. So, and we're now at 7% instead of 5 like we were before. So now we will have a look at this map, and it's now showing us we've unlocked the farm and you can get consumables from that farm. So at this point in time I think we might just jump back in the Chevy, hit the map, head over this way, head over this way, and head down this trail here around, I think it's somewhere here, to the watchtower. I think there's also a truck or something here which we've got to pull out of the swamp at some point. Until we get better tyres, I don't think that'll be happening, but we'll unlock that. Then we'll come back through here and then we'll head back this way. And we'll end up coming up here to unlock this watchtower, and we'll see how we go from there. Now, like, I'm doing all these little side missions because it's XP basically. The more XP you can get earlier on, the better. You start unlocking these better tyres, like these all-terrains for this vehicle. So it's just a wise thing to do. It just helps you to get further later on, early on I should say. Like I say, with the extra suspension now and these tyres, you can see this car is heaps more capable than what it was originally. But you know, as I say, when we get up onto bitumen like what is coming up, it's a different kettle of fish. It's not too bad at this point. We're not going fast anyway, but so this is a task zone. Here we go. So I'm going to push B and have a look at this task. C to open it up. Okay, place beyond the spruces. Now I know where this is, but I'll show you in the details. The place beyond the spruces is up here. That's why I sort of come down here. I thought, well, we'll unlock this truck here as well as an objective, get this watchtower because that's 30 XP, and then come back around here, head back up here, another 30 XP at this watchtower, then head to the place beyond the spruces and get that done, and that will probably be this second video. That'll be enough time, I think. So let's get her done, son, and head through here. There's a fuel tank, so there's another 30 XP, and you can, if you find these things and scout fuel trailers, you can open your main menu if you're close enough, hit the refuel button, and it says fuel carriers trailer, Chevy CK, and you can change that to whatever else is nearby, and close, and off you can go. Your fuel is full again. So here we go, we got some mud here to deal with. So like I said, we're not on the greatest of tyres, so I tend to try and stay out of some of the deeper waterlogged mud. It just slows you down a bit. And there's the truck over there, and now that means we've unlocked the objective, which is good. Now we're going to try to stay out of the water, just to go that little bit faster. And then we've got the suspension to get over logs, like that. They don't stop us as easily. But yeah, see, still slow down in the mud a bit, but that's what happens. Best thing to do is back off accelerator, go back to first gear. Slower wheel speed gives better traction, and so you just follow that rule. Or if it really needs it, then you go down into low gear. Of course it does slow you down, but it gives you a lot more traction. It's not as good as having a diff lock, but it's close to doing the same action. It's better than nothing. Pull up, B to stop the engine, and we're going to go C to launch. Okay, so we're here. It's opened all of this stuff up. The same with that drowned truck. Trailer over here, that ramp flatbed. This is a vehicle trailer, has 4 bricks on it. We'll use them later. Drowned scout, which we can save as well. And another food delivery mission. But let's get into doing the... You know what? I think I'm going to return the same way we came in. Fuel up there on the way through, and then head up this way. Okay, here we go. It wasn't too hard to get through here, so we'll just follow the similar route. tyre tracks. Just follow them roughly. So if you do follow your own tracks on the way back, try to not be in the same tracks, or you can if you want, as long as you're getting traction, I suppose. But the more you drive through it, the more it messes it up. So you know, one track is one track basically. If you drive through it again, it gets slower. It gets slipperier mud or deeper mud or whatever it needs to be. So yeah, as you can see, I'm driving through the middle of my other tracks on the way in. We only used 9 litres, so we should be fine. I'm just gonna not worry about fuel right now, because we can always recover and go back to the garage to get refueled and repaired if need be. So we turn 4-wheel drive off, and as you can see, it sort of skips itself around a little bit. Still not bad traction because we've got better tyres, but oh, watch out. But of course it wants to steer right into the power poles, telegraph poles, whatever you call them. But at this point we're good. Now it's getting dark, so I push L and turn some lights on. Doesn't help that much, but it's better than nothing. At this point it's not dark yet either, so oh, rocks. So it's physics again, throw you about. And of course, because we've got the upgraded suspension, it makes that more pronounced as well. You know, higher vehicle equals higher center of gravity and easier tipping point. So we've got a bit of a windy track here, up and down, round and round, and bounce there as well. Here's the watchtower. So almost at our other venue anyway, but we'll just pull up and quickly do this one. See the launch, of course. And then we will just keep heading on until we get to our venue, which is basically up there. This is the point, the place beyond the spruces, and someone else's spot of tranquility, I suppose you'd call it, where they like to go and think about the world or whatever's going on in their life. It's only an NPC, so don't be concerned too much about it. But, oh, don't scratch up that pretty paint job. Oh, watch out. Yeah, sorry about my camera work, it's not the greatest. Alright, so we're almost there. Just make sure we haven't gone past it. Oh no, it's going to be there. But as you can see, car's capable of getting here. This will be tricky. It's got some off camber, and we're now higher on that suspension. Oh, like I say, either commit to it or don't, but try not to be on those angles for too long if you can help it. By those angles I mean, you know, diagonally or sideways, on steep angles like this. So I really thought this would get up this part here quite easily, but it's clearly not, so it just needs a little bit of aid. Like I said, don't be shy to use a winch. It's a lifesaver quite a lot of the time, and it's going to be one of your best friends. Now, maybe we didn't. I don't know why there's no. There should be a little marker here that says the place beyond the spruces. The little yellow square on the floor, on the ground, right where that thing is. I'm in a scout. I know I activated it, or maybe I didn't. Right, well, easiest way to do that is leave that there. Head over here, grab the fleet star, and to fix this, start some engines. Get these frame drops like that every now and then. I'm pretty sure it's not just my computer, it happens to everyone. Doesn't matter what your internet's like or anything like that, it just happens. The game, I suppose, is not quite finished. These maps are, but the game itself isn't. There we go. Yeah, silly me, by the looks of it, I did not activate this. So, start tracking, close. Now we can just use the good old map function to head straight back to here and jump in our Chevy. And task complete. $1,050 in our pocket and 60 points. So now we'll do the map. And as you can see, when we got this watchtower here, yeah, that one, it opened up all of this section as well. And other than that, we're going to return this one to the garage. Yes. And we're going to leave it at that today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you've got any qualms or any dislikes or likes, let me know. Anything you want to see. Like I said, I do have the DLCs. If you want to see that, I'll bring them into it. Like I said, I'm not going to do mods on this one, but I will do other mod videos soonish. At some point, but like I said, if you want to see that, leave a comment. Other than that, if you liked the video, hit the like button, and I will see you next video. See you guys.